Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 Kaiserreich in South Africa. Let us continue on from where we last left off. So we are now in the Reichspakt. We have stationed a handful of troops ready to go on to the northern French border. They're at 75%. Not quite enough. Not quite enough for uneasy Franco ceasefire. Not enough though for the war, because we need 75%. But very, 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 very close. Petty apartheid. Following the Population Registration Act, a series of laws came into force, collectively referred to as petty apartheid, as opposed to the Great Apartheid planned by the nationalist government. The first of these was the Prohibition of Mixed Marriages Act, prohibiting marriages between whites and peoples of other races. The Immortality Amendment Act forbade unlawful racial intercourse in any immoral or indecent acts between a white and a black, Indian, or colored person. Transport civilian facilities were segregated. Education was strictly segregated, and universities established for the sole use of Xhosa, Zulu, Solotho, colored Indians, etc. The culminative effect of this was to stratify society solidly along racial lines. Again, we're not the good guy here, right? Like we come into this when you're going to play as national populist South Africa, you know what you're getting into, right? It's not a great time. Now, what even spend political power on anymore? I actually have no idea. Again, this is still like nothing. It's not even worth even thinking about. You know what? 150 political power, 10% more party support. That translates into slightly more political power and slightly more stability. I'll take it. I'll take it. Research slot. What do we want from you, my good friend? 1940. 1941 industry techs. Probably will have to be what's on the agenda right now, because there's really nothing else we really care about too much, I don't think. Research speed's almost ready to go. We have 4 more divisions. Let's station you. Go up to Europe, please. Hopefully you can get there before the second Weltkrieg actually breaks out, but we are getting ever closer. Let's see, because it's 75%, or what's the date? Is it August 1st? Yes. So whichever one of those happens first. But I mean, the fact we're at 74, like, we're very close. Like, any little thing could swing this one way or the other. I'm trying to think, like, what would be an event that would swing it at this point. Like, by early 1940, there's not going to be, like, a ton of events. Majority International, I mean, that would do it, but Albania was a -0.4. Like, who else could join the International at this point that would make a difference? I mean, I guess if America joined, theoretically, if they won and then joined the International, that probably would be like a 5% swing, which would put them over 75. So I think at this point, we are just waiting until August. And then that's a 56-day focus, so really, it's more like mid to late September when the war actually starts. So we have a little bit of time to train our units, get them over to Europe as quickly as we possibly can. You still need more trucks. Equipment at 88%. You guys need more rifles. At some point, we need to start... This will actually probably be our final row of infantry. You know what? Fuck it. I'm actually just going to deploy them now. I'm just going to deploy everything, send them to Europe. They can get the rest of their supplies while they're up there. Japan's going to war in the Philippines. That does not affect world tension, apparently. So we're going to have what? We're going to have 38 divisions in total. Oh, yeah, we have one in Canada, right? So yeah, we're going to have 39 out of 39. Which is basically exactly where we want to be. War economy would get us like a few more. But, not like an insane amount more. So you're going to get extra research slot. Follow that up a grand repair shop that allows us then to do the post-war boom. More consumer goods. Better factory output, better production efficiency, better construction. All of those are things I am happy to see. And then once you're done, we will establish we'll do work with the protectorates, and then we'll finish up our military tree. And we'll be pretty happy. I mean, we're still only at 10 factories, which is bad. Like, Middle Africa has 23. To put that in perspective, like, Nigeria has 0, but that's Nigeria. You know, Morocco has 7. The Swiss have 10. Like, our military out, like the Danish have more military factors than we do. Like it's not, it's kind of embarrassing actually, like how poor our military economy is. The Group Areas Act. The second stage of the Grand Apartheid was the Group Areas Act. Until then, despite existing segregation laws, most settlements had people of different races living side by side. This act would put an end to the diverse areas and determine where one lived according to race. Each race was allotted its own area, which could be used as a basis for forced eviction, allowing the government to demolish black shantytown slums and force white employers to pay the construction for housing for those black workers who were permitted to reside in cities otherwise reserved for whites. Our stability is dog shit. Like it's really, really bad, which I mean, not a surprise that it would be absolutely dreadful. Fuel use is -5. I mean, we could probably put a signal company in our tank division. It does require some trucks and support equipment, but honestly, it's not that bad. Only 12 combat width, huh? Let's at least make you 18 combat width, just by throwing a few more infantry in here. Okay, there is our mechanized, and I do want to try to at least get one mechanized unit on the field, but I understand that it's not going to be easy. Yes, we'll throw it on there, just the off chance. Go 4-3. Artilleries are still looking good. Armor train rev 1. Put 2 on trucks. And that should be okay. What else do we have here? Top attack and reliability. Get you guys going. Follow that up with even cheaper tanks. And for trucks, cheaper trucks would be nice. So what can we replace here? Mechanized equipment can go a little bit cheaper. Infantry equipment, we can replace you. And the rest of you are still seeming to be where we want you to be. Georgia joined the Reichspakt. Okay. They are going to get it probably immediately killed by the Russians, but that's fine. Oh, okay, no, we did get up to 78%. What happened? The Heydrich incident. Okay, so that's probably between, you know, Russia doing some border maneuvers in near Ukraine. I think we did see this when we played Ukraine as well, but I can't quite remember. Okay, there's now significantly more international troops on the border. That's actually a shit. How many troops they have? 50 to 180. Like, that's actually rather substantive. We'll save up to get war economy when the time comes. That's going to be 150. But after that, I honestly don't know what else we would spend our points on. You know what? Actually, maybe send in the army. I think that actually maybe does make sense. Okay, so we've cored some land, and I didn't see which land it was, but... Which land did we core? I'm not too sure. But you're at 76. What point do you become a core? Probably 80%. Do you have any factories here? You have 4 open slots. 2 million manpower. It would be nice to get that into our army as well. There's a lot of international troops. Substantially more than I was originally thinking. Now Finland has died. That might see Sweden join the Reichspakt, but the fact that Finland has died means that Russia can send even more troops down south. Yeah, okay, there's them joining the Reichspakt. Norway is in the Entente. And where are the rest of our units? How many of you guys are not... Oh, you've already arrived. Oh, excellent. I'm kind of stunned, actually, that you got here this quickly. I'm going to move Red Army back just a little bit. Your job, Blue Army. Spearhead your way to Le Havre. Le Havre? Le Havre? Le Havre? French city over there. That's your task for the time being. You got the heavy tanks. You've got the mechanized. You guys are level 3 forts. Lillet's level 3, but it can be attacked by, I think, by like 4 different provinces, so it would be the easiest for us to take. For sure. And because they have Switzerland, which is never great for us. Austria, again, they should join the war pretty quickly. You're all in the Belgrade Pact. So, presumably, you're going to join up with Russia basically as soon as the war actually begins. Okay. The second Weltkrieg is here. I'm ready in position. We're immediately going to join up with the Germans. We're at negative 4% stability. It seems bad. Because it is really bad. Racial segregation is a negative 25%. I mean, yeah, it's not good. Are you in the war quite yet? The answer is no. We're waiting for Belgium to officially enter the war. I don't know when the Entente... I think the Entente's dealing with the Americans. Like, they're about to take Toronto. They're about to take Ottawa. The Canadians are basically inert at this point. Which is really, really sad for us. There's a great repair shop. Let's do the post-war boom. You're still not in the war yet. I cannot call you to arms because you're a subject. Hey, okay, there we go. So I think we want to push our way straight into Lille. 84%. If we can just, like, move into any territory of the international, any territory into France, bypass our initial defense line, that is going to be really, really important for us. The Netherlands proposes a research program. The Netherlands has suggested the idea of a joint research program in hopes of our shared scientific findings will be mutually beneficial to help us improve relations. Yes. Does that mean that we're in two different research groups now? Hey, we are. Look at us go. I mean, the Dutch were already in... Well, they're probably going to join the Kaiser Wilhelm... Oh, you're actually at 20% bonus. Holy shit. Okay, then. Well, that seems pretty good for us. We have no other units moving their way towards LA. Chile's joining International. Is this against Russia? I actually don't know who that's against. Also, is it... Oh, this is against Insulindia. Okay. At first, I thought maybe Insulindia had joined up with the International, which is not impossible. They can do that. How is air superiority looking for us? We have significantly more aircraft. I'm happy to see that. Okay, you guys have done great work. Push your way a little bit further. The formalization of the Christian National Republic. In obedience to God Almighty and His holy word, the Afrikaner people acknowledge their national destination, as embodied in their Volksrechter past, for the Christian development of South Africa, and for that reason, accept the Republican Constitution which follows. Take the place of all the existing regulation and law which are in conflict with it, and especially with the total abolition of the British kingship over the British subjects within the Republic. As will be seen, the Constitution is only intended for the Afrikaners. The English are to play a subordinate role. This is the first article of the new Constitution, which has been ratified by Commander-General Van Rensburg today in Pretoria. The new basis of South African law, drafted by Professor Lodewijk de Plessis of the Potchefstroom University, does away completely with the old 1909 South African Act-based Constitution of D.F. Malan's Republic. The new Constitution heralds Afrikaners as the national language, while demoted English to be merely supplementary, and vests all powers into the office of Volksrechter, the people's leader, who is only responsible to God, not beholden to any vote in any advisory parliament, and who can implement and ratify law on his personal signature. Citizenship will be beholden only to those of whom it can be expected that they will act as builders upon the nation, and those so-called burghers. And those are called burghers. It also gives the state the express permission to censor those burghers and organizations that endanger public order or the good morale of the Republic. With this, the power of the newly ordained Volksrechter von Rensburg is legitimized and supreme. And we can now go up to war economy. And honestly, I feel like this is a pretty good initial push into the... These 10 infantry divisions are not doing what I want them to do. I feel like, honestly, we're already making great progress. I will absolutely take all of these supplies. Thank you very much. This is actually doing really, really, really well. I'm actually stunned at how well we're already performing against the French. This is good work. Okay, there is everybody declaring war on the Austrians in the Balkans. We kind of saw that coming. We knew that was going to be the case. Now again, we can't take heavy casualties. As nice as things may be for us, we can't... I did not see what that event was. As nice as things look like they're kind of going for us right now, we cannot afford super, super heavy casualties at all. Okay, 99%. Denmark has decided they don't want to be part of the Reichspakt anymore. The cowards. Naval invasion low countries. Okay, that's fine. Our units are prepared to intervene there as soon as possible. You guys go here. You guys keep on pushing. We did lose one province, but honestly, it's not too bad. We'll go for a military police. Might be important for us at some point in the future. And Japan is declaring war against us. So actually, let's look at our supply lines. Oh, wait, are these just coming from... Are these our ships? No. I actually don't know where our supply lines go. That's trade with Cuba. Oh, they actually go over land, which is very, very, very funny. 92, we've recaptured this province, which is nice. There's a lot of death and destruction. Which, I mean, we kind of knew that'd be happening. Yeah, because these aren't taking any convoys to get the supplies. So, how is it getting to us? I mean, we're not actively at war with Egypt, so maybe it's going through Egypt as well, but it's kind of hard to say right now. I do not want you in this province at all. Pull your way back one more tile. There's Japan's declaration of war. We knew that was going to happen. The Native Trust and Homeland Act. Territorial separation was hardly a new institution in South Africa. There were, for example, the reserves, created under the British government in the 19th century. Under apartheid, the percentage of the land reserved was increased from 8% to 13% to be used for black homelands. Still a relatively small amount compared with the total population, and generally in economically underproductive areas of the country. These homelands, or Bashtuns, divided South Africa into a number of separate states, each of which is supposed to develop into separate nation-states for the different ethnic groups. The practical effect of this legislation was to remove the citizenship of natives living within South Africa and reduce their status to that of migrant labor. The Promotion of Bantu Self-Government Act abolished the remaining parliamentary representation for black people under the Representation of Natives Act, now represented by their own national authorities. It's like 82%, huh? Do we have air superiority? Kind of. We have low supply, which is not a big supply. Okay, hold your position for the time being, okay? Just for like one quick second. Also, actually, the Belgrade Pact actually acted pretty quickly. They didn't even wait for Russia to join the war. I'm a little surprised by that. Again, we want to hold you. Lille is a supply hub. But if we can go here to this province, then up to the English Channel, we can get a pretty good encirclement there going. Which will be nice. We're already at 32,000 casualties. Again, we cannot afford a high casualty rate. We have to be careful. For you, let's go for... Oh, fort attack would actually be really, really nice for us, considering the situation we're in. Okay, we're still defending nicely. They're very happy to see that. We could train more units, but I think right now that's not high on my priority list. Okay, second Sino-Japanese war. And also, I did see the Fedayeen government has decided actually to not bend the knee to the Japanese. That is actually a big loss for Japan, to not have a Chinese ally. Even though the Fedayeen government, you know, doesn't always perform the best, not having them is a big loss for sure. We're 40% with you. I really want to push these two tiles. We do see that they pushed their way into Italy somewhat. I think Romania is slowly trying to fall apart as well. What's the superiority here? 96? Do we think about maybe supporting a naval invasion in Italy? It's an idea, but again, I can't risk sending troops overseas. If they get caught out, they're basically fucked, and they're dead immediately. which would be really, really, really bad for us. Okay, what do we want for our research here? It is 1940, almost 41. Yeah, we'll go over the research bonus. That sounds pretty good. Hey, and our post-war boom is now completed. So here's the thing. Do I care? I'll zoom out a little bit so it's a little bit quieter. Do I care about this at all? On political power, it sounds nice, but honestly, we don't really need political power anymore. The new villa projects, they could be good. I don't really know what they entail. You're meh. You're meh. You're meh. You're meh. This could be good. This could be good. This could be decent. And you're also eh. Honestly, it's like it's not that great. A bunch of dockyards would maybe be nice now. Cheaper heavy tanks by 10%. I mean, we are building the heavy tanks. Any of you give me any factories? Recruitment drive is 45,000 manpower, which, meh. Naval dockyard, I mean, because we're building boats. I mean, we do want to build more heavy tanks. Yeah, you know, let's go with heavy armor. I think that would be beneficial for us. Because how many heavy tanks are we down? Right now, we're down 15. I mean, we're holding on just fine. The line is secured. But I will say that at least right now, it's going to be a good time for us to end this episode. So if you enjoyed, thumbs up. Then not enjoy, you can always thumb down. If you want to see more, subscribe, and goodbye.